I've always wanted to do this. This is my Porsche Cayman GT4. What's up? So I picked up this Porsche GT4 almost 3 months ago now, and in the video where I got it, I promised you guys that I was going to break down all the numbers, what I paid, insurance, how I financed or not, all of that stuff, and also the specifics of this particular car. So that's what we're doing in this video, so that's where we're headed right now. So I figured to talk about the car, we might as well take it for a drive. So we're just headed up to the hills a little bit, hopefully get a better view of it, and can show you guys the drive on the way as well. All right, so behind me is my Porsche GT4, and also, by the way, sorry if cars go by, the audio, I'm gonna just talk kind of loud, so hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. Anyway, so the details of this car, first off, this is a 2016 Porsche Cayman GT4. That's the top model Cayman, the track version of the Cayman. And so far, that was the only year the Cayman was made, 2016. So that was my only option with this. This one had 6,600 miles at the time I picked it up. I've already put on about 1,200 miles. It's just about to hit 3 months of ownership. So keep in mind that when I talk about the pricing, it was really 3 months ago pricing. Anyway, so let's just get into the purchase price, all of that, and I'll explain on the way. Okay, so here is the bill of sale, I guess you would say. This is showing that I financed, which I'm gonna break down that just after this, but I did finance, and I financed this amount, which was 100% of the value of the car, including the taxes. So $95,958.58. That's a pretty cool number. That was the amount financed. You can see the date there. So right now, as I'm recording this, it's May 30th, 2019. Okay, so here is the itemized breakdown line by line. The actual purchase price for the vehicle was $87,500. That's what really matters here. Most of the other stuff is small except for the freaking sales tax, $8,320.58 just on sales tax. Thanks, California. Other than that, we have an $85 document fee, $15 titling fee, $8 for emissions exemption fee. That's about it, but the main thing above the $87,500 is the brutal sales tax, so that sucks. Okay, so about that purchase price and then about financing. So I was really happy with the $87,500 number. Let me explain that just a little bit. It was originally listed for about $94,900, I think, when I first found it. And keep in mind, there's not that many of these in the world, let alone for sale at any given time. So there's only gonna be a few at a time that really fit the specs that you're looking for, which I will get into the specs. But you know, this was one of a few. It had already caught my eye at the 94,000-ish price point. It was one of the only ones that fit and seemed fairly good. And literally 2 days after I found it, it dropped to 89,999, I believe. And then I got extremely interested because then it was not only was my eye already on it, but then it dropped even further. And then it was also certified pre-owned, so that felt really good. That got me an extra 2 years of warranty. So it was going to end this October, and instead I have 2 years on top of that. So I have a lot of warranty, which feels good on a car like this. That's great, nothing to worry about. And then I was able to negotiate from the 89.9 down to agreeing at 87.5. So given all of that, the particularity of this car, the CPO, everything, I was really happy with that purchase price. I think I did really well on that. So the sales tax part, that just really sucks. I don't really have anything great to say on that piece, but that part I just see as money basically lost. That's just my tax to enjoy this car. So I did finance 100% of the value of this car, which that might sound crazy, but I'll explain. I would rather put my money into other things, into businesses, into whatever else, and take the loan while the financing is cheap. So I got 72-month financing at 3.99% with 0 down. I was approved for the entire amount, and they also do a 1/4 point discount if you set up some direct deposit thing or whatever. So it'll effectively be 3.74% over 6 years with 0 down, which that brings my monthly payment to $1,512 even. And after that little rebate, that 1/4% will be refunded. I believe that's gonna be about $12 or so. So it's gonna come out to effectively $1,500 per month. All right, change scenery. I've never seen so many cars on this road before. I figured I was picking a really quiet place, but cars just wouldn't stop. So we got the shot. Now we're inside the car. All right, last thing I want to touch on before I dive into the options of this particular car, because keep in mind, options make up a lot of the price on a car like this. So I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about the expected depreciation, because that's really the actual cost of the car. I just made a video about my last Porsche and my true costs of ownership. And you know, that's what's so interesting is it's not how much the monthly payment is, it's what's the difference from when you bought the car to when you sell the car, and what's your actual true cost. So last thing before that I want to touch on, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions if I don't, is insurance. So how much is the insurance on a 2016 Porsche Cayman GT4? Okay, so here on my insurance documents, you'll see my 6-month premium is $1,212.70, but that is for 2 cars. That is not just for the Cayman GT4. So here you can see I up my limits for injury and property and all of that stuff. So these are the amounts specifically for that. But then you'll see that our 2015 Lexus CT200H F Sport actually costs more than the Cayman GT4. So that is $649 per 6 month versus $563.70 per 6 months. So that means that the Lexus works out to $108.16 per month for insurance. And that means that the GT4, the $563.70 over 6 months, is only $93.95 per month. So I know that probably seems crazy cheap, and it is. I don't really know what to say, but that's just how much it is. I'm 26, I'm over 25 now. This car, it is a couple years old already. And the way insurance works is it's based on statistics of how many of the cars are actually crashed and how many insurance claims there are. And I guess people take care of these cars, so there's not a lot of claims statistically, I guess. Okay, now let's walk through the options of the car so you can make some sense of that price point. Okay, so here's the thing with the options of this particular car. It is not the highest spec one out there by any means at all, but it has all of the things that were the most important to me at a low price point. So this was less than I anticipated spending on one of these cars by quite a lot, and it still has the stuff that's most important to me. So it really worked out well, saved some money and got a car that was what I wanted. So first thing to know is the color. Of course it is white. I was only really open to a few colors. Really wanted white, would have considered black, though it's really hard to keep clean. My last one was black. Would have taken Guards red, and may have considered the sapphire blue, but this worked out with the white. And it's actually not just the regular white, it's the Carrara white metallic, which is awesome. And I actually really like it. So it is a special option white, which makes it extra cool for just being white. It has the platinum color wheels, which I would have taken black or platinum. I just didn't want the light silver. I believe that's a no cost option, but it was still important to me. I might swap them for black at some point, but I definitely didn't want the light silver. The car is tinted. That's the only thing I've done to it so far. So I did spend about $1,000 on that. It has the Huber Optic ceramic 30% sides and back, nothing on the front. I have the steel brakes, which you can tell by the red. The Porsche carbon ceramics are the yellow caliper right there. I was open to both, but only under the conditions that it had a matching interior color. So if I had got the carbon ceramics, it would have been more expensive, and I would have had to have yellow accents because I don't like having the red and the yellow or whatever. One of my other necessities was that I had deviated color. So you can see I have the red everywhere. An absolute must-have for me was the carbon buckets. So these are straight out of the 918 Spider. The entire thing is carbon. That means you can't lean them forward. This is all one piece of carbon fiber from the top to the bottom. Also, I was really originally hoping to get one that had the carbon fiber pack in all of these areas, but this one with the white I thought was really unique, so it sold me on it even though it didn't have the carbon. And it was okay because I have the carbon buckets, and it does have the carbon illuminated door sills. So I still have some carbon. I think the white looks super clean and really makes it pop. Another thing that's an absolute necessity is the leather on the dash and on the door. There are ones that are just exposed, like rubberized plastic, and it just looks really cheap. I get it, it probably saves a couple of pounds for the track, but you really got to get the leather. It just looks much better. It just looks too cheap otherwise. And then it's got the factory fire extinguisher. This was not absolutely needed for me, but it really is cool, and I'm really glad it has it. It was definitely something that I hoped to have. I had hoped to have Sport Chrono, but I'm not missing it that much. My last one had it, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So those are pretty much the options. There's some other little things here and there, but those are the ones that are worth talking about in my opinion, the ones that really mattered to me. So yeah, that made it a good buy at the $87.5, I think, given that it was a relatively low sticker price, but all of the necessities were there. Again, the main ones for me being color, carbon buckets, matching deviated color interior, and at least some carbon fiber. So now what really matters is the depreciation. Obviously, even if I sold this car today for $87,500, I would be out the $8,000 whatever in taxes just down the drain, and that sucks. So that's just a cost that I will be willing and ready to eat whenever I do sell the car. But you know, hopefully you don't lose too much in terms of the actual sale price. And I don't think I will lose my shit on this car. I don't think so. You know, just a year ago, they were still going for at sticker, and before that, they were going above original sticker price. Now I got it for about 10 under. So that did drop a lot in the last 6 to 9 months, which made it a really good buy right now. I do still think it has room to go down. I don't think I'm not going to lose any money, but I don't think I'm going to lose a ton either. What it really depends on is the 718 GT4. So there is a new GT4 that's going to come out in the probably next year, and it's going to be on the new platform, the 718 platform. And what it really depends on is what that car is going for and how great it is. So you know, it's not 100% confirmed yet if it's a 4-cylinder turbo or naturally aspirated like this one. It's probably naturally aspirated. It might even be the 4.0. If it's that, then this will take a little bit more of a hit. And if somehow it is a 4-cylinder turbo, then this one will probably go up in value by quite a lot. And if the 718 GT4 is super amazing, then it's going to be going above sticker price for quite a while anyways. And I don't think this one can drop too far until that one at least comes down into standard pricing anyways. So look, I mean, I do think it could go down to 80, but even that seems crazy. I just can't see these cars being in the 70s or less. It would just seem crazy. So I think it already seems crazy. You know, I was looking at these when they were over 100, and I almost bought one back then, and I would have gladly. And yeah, so I don't think it has that far down to go. Anyways, I'm gonna get the car back home safely. I have my first track day tomorrow, so hopefully that all goes great. Let me know in the comments what you think of the spec. Let me know what you think of the car, of the financing, of the purchase price, the negotiation, all of that. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear if this helped you in a potential car purchase, or any questions you have about the car, or the process, anything about that. I would love to answer. I read every single comment, and please do also smash the like button. It really does make a difference, and hopefully can, you know, push this video out to more people and potentially grow the channel. So if you liked it, comment, and of course subscribe, and also click all the things, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.